So what? Now you have crippled people, and all we see is wah. What for? Because of one man? I will say it over and over and over. What's going on in Rivers State is not similar in Mubara. What's going on in Rivers State is a combat for the economic soul of Rivers State. Somebody wants to grab the economic soul of Rivers State. The soul of Rivers State, for 24 years, they kept milking us. That was how our money was flying all over our heads. It is here today, it is there tomorrow. It is funding all kinds of foolishness. This is the first time that civil servants have been paid the 13 months. Every Christmas for 2 years, civil servants get paid. Civil servants have been paid all their salaries. For the first time, there are roads connecting the riverine communities. It has never happened. They told us, they lied to us, they told us our terrain was too bad. Now we know our terrain is not bad. Now we know. He told us that we can have election here, and it can be any way but no war, no bloodshed, no gun shooting. And it happened here. And it happened here. Today you have told everybody to go. He says yes. You say go and resubmit a budget. He writes, he says, come and choose with me a befitting place that you want so that I can present this budget. You made it impossible for him. He wrote, I am coming to you. You locked him out. He wrote again to say, I will still come again. And you wrote to him as reply that for insubordination or whatever. And then the next thing you do is...
We found peace finally. And then today you come out and you see army people driving around like there's something going on that is wrong. This is not right. This is not right. We are at peace. Let our children, let our families be at peace. Let people go to work at peace. All these army people driving about, this is not right. This is not right. This is not right. Our governor is peaceful. We love him. Leave us in peace. What is all this? Emotion is not in politics. We agree. But we want peace. We want peace. This is too much to us. This is not right. This is not fair. This is not right. I move back to...
That's the women group. The other ones are the men group, who also said this.
So the president, you have enjoyed peace as far as the Niger Delta people is concerned, because the Ijaw people have given you peace. You have enjoyed all level of peace. Watching your minister, because I don't want to think that Wike is acting his own script. It has happened in the history of Nigeria when a Yoruba man was that this is a plot to kill another Ijaw son. Ijaw nation will resist this by any means necessary, because we live by the doctrine of self-determination and resource control by any means necessary. We are not a conquered entity. Mr. President, we love you as a people. We want peace for your administration. Please call your minister Wike to order. He shouldn't cause breakdown of law and order. Because remember, all the oil that fuels this nation still lies in our territories. And we can pursue everybody. We own this land. It is our land. We will not compromise the integrity and the interests of our people. Mr. President, we call on you to call your minister Wike to order. You cannot be on a bottle of whiskey. So the president.
So about the explosions and what is it like in Rivers State? Of course, right now in Rivers State, people are now getting to see military trucks parading the state capital in Port Harcourt, showing the what's called a show of force, and more of them are still being sent over, as well as the report of, as much as the report of explosions continue to filter in from the states. So few of places where they have listed to tell us, places where we've had explosions today. What's that place called again? There's one called the NNPC Flow Station. They've come out to deny and debunk that. But the eyewitness who made videos of these two explosions, all right, put them or posted them online. I have joined them all here, including the military presence in Port Harcourt, the state capital, in the last 24 hours. Again, nobody knows where the suspended governor and the deputy governor and their family, nobody knows where they are as we speak. But from Rivers State, what it looks like, apart from the reported calm, that there's been no crisis, there's no riots. People have been protesting, but it wasn't like that's a massive scale. For the fires, well, here is some.
See what is happening in Rivers State, where we have state of emergency because of someone was videoing and the person was caught. Someone was holding the camera and they had to stop and arrest the person. Soldiers are everywhere in Rivers State. Like, it's crazy. Even here, if you look.
Go ahead, go ahead. No, you know, I don't pass out. Let's push. All right, now.
I'm waiting they happen for PH now. Jesus Christ, bro. What's happening? What the fuck? This is crazy, man. Nigga, shift the fuck up.
This one. We need Jesus. Element Father is currently on fire, guys. It's happening right now in Rivers State. Jesus Christ, I think I need to leave this place. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, this is happening today. Element Refinery on fire.
Again, all of these are considered as the reactions to the Tinubu's declared state of emergency. And there is, or should I say there are, more planned to still happen as we count more days, because a lot of the people are asking Tinubu to reverse himself, and if he can't reverse himself, the National Assembly should save face by voiding this declaration, because it doesn't make any real sense. But to Tinubu and his gang, it is a foregone issue. In fact, like many other things is done in the past, this is one of them, and it is irreversible. You will live with it. Others are already spreading the rumor that Ubara is somewhere where they are trying to force him to resign as governor. Instead of coming back after that 6 months, he will just say he's throwing in the towel, he's no longer interested. This is not confirmed, by the way, But there are people already spreading the rumor until they hear from Fubara himself. So like tomorrow again, where it is expected, fire exchanges and all of that at the National Assembly and almost across all the media houses as well. Here, about 11 years ago, when Goodluck Ebere Jonathan also declared a state of emergency in some local government areas in 3 states, not the whole states. So Ruben Akpati, who happened to be this presidential spokesperson for Ebere Jonathan at the time, in a throwback video, defended why Jonathan, right, couldn't remove or didn't remove the elected governor and the status of assembly when he declared a state of emergency on the Boko Haram terrorists at the time. Just briefly.
The president's position on the declaration of state of emergency in some states. I'm now being joined on the news by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Dr. Ruben Abati. Well, thank you for joining us today. Now, some lawyers say Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution was silent on the details of what the president can do. What is the rationale behind leaving the governors in office?
Well, what people must note is that what the president has done is lawful and constitutional. There is no part of the Constitution that gives the president of Nigeria the powers to remove a state governor or political office holders, particularly under the circumstances of the declaration of emergency. And the relevant sections of the Constitution to consider will include sections 1 and 2 of the Constitution, Section 11, subsection 4, where it is expressly stated that not even the National Assembly can remove a state governor. If you look also at Section 217, what it says is that when, under these circumstances, the armed forces are deployed to put down an insurrection or to check the breakdown of law and order, those armed forces, security forces, are expected to act in aid of the civilian authorities. And then the other relevant sections will be sections 180, section 188, and section 189, dealing with the tenure of office of a governor and then circumstances under which a governor can be removed. It's also important to note that under section 305, subsection 4 thereof, indeed, a state governor can also make representation to a state house of assembly asking for the proclamation of a state of emergency. And where a state governor fails to do so, then, the president can intervene and act as President Jonathan has acted. So it's a constitution, that has guided the president, and to the extent that the constitution is the ground norm, and we're, committed to the rule of law, anything to the contrary will have been unlawful and will have been unconstitutional.
All right, we also have...
This was about 11 years ago. And today, Akpati is now, an analyst on a TV station, national TV in Nigeria. His position today on the same matter.
Okay, very quickly. Let me first come in from an interpretation of the Constitution, which the president himself highlighted. He said he was acting within the purview of Section 305 of the Constitution. Section 305 of the Constitution explains the circumstances under which the president shall declare a state of emergency. And the conditions are properly stated. If the country is facing a threat of war or imminent war, is Nigeria facing the threat of war in Rivers State? That's one question. It also talks about, a situation whereby something could happen in any part of the federation where, Nigeria could find itself in a chaotic situation. The president is required to act. Number 3, where the governor in that particular state does not immediately respond, to the crisis situation and does not approach the president to act in the national interest. So those conditions are properly spelled out. However, that same section 305 says that the president, will give a proclamation which will be gazetted, and then will go to the National Assembly, and the National Assembly, if it's in session within, I think, 48 hours, would act. If it's in recess, within 10 days, will act. If the National Assembly does not consider that particular proclamation, gazetted proclamation, valid, then it will vote otherwise. 2/3 majority of the two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. And if that happens, the decision is abated. Okay? Now, because we are constrained by time, let me now say that Section 305, which the President quoted, is the operative principle. Now, let's look at what the President said. I think that the President has violated the Constitution, even within the purview of Section 305. And he has violated the Constitution because he was not properly advised to respect that section of the Constitution. In what regard did he violate that section of the Constitution? In fact, he acted as the dictator by saying that the administrator that he has appointed can make regulations and laws will be made for the Rivers State House of Assembly henceforth by the Federal Executive Council. The Federal Executive Council does not have such powers. Section 11 of the same Constitution says that, look, when there is a state of emergency, it's only the National Assembly that can make laws for a state House of Assembly. Now, President Tinubu has appropriated unto himself the powers to make laws for the Rivers State House of Assembly. That's an impeachable offense. I don't know whether the National Assembly will have the courage either to reject his gazetted proclamation or to proceed on an issue of impeachment against him for violating the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, the other relevant portion of the Constitution is Section 188. Section 188 of the Constitution spells out how a governor can be removed from office. A governor cannot be removed from office by the proclamation of the President of Nigeria. It can only be removed if there is gross misconduct, as put as an allegation by the House of Assembly, and then the CJ is advised to form a panel of reasonable people, people of distinguished qualities in the state. And if that panel now decides, within the purview of Section 188, that those allegations are wrong, that puts an end to that process. The President has not followed that. He has acted unilaterally. Section 1, subsection 2 of the same Constitution says that this country, called Nigeria, cannot be governed except by the provisions of the Constitution. There is no provision in the 1999 Constitution that says that the President of Nigeria can unilaterally remove a governor, remove the deputy governor, remove the legislature of a state in Nigeria. So again, that proves that this is a violation of the Constitution. I go to the third leg of my analysis, which is to say that who advised the president? The people who advised the president must be called to order. Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, is a very distinguished lawyer. I don't understand how Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, arrived at this advice. And I also say that retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, if he's a patriot and a citizen, he must reject this appointment, making him sole administrator of Rivers State, because it is a wrong appointment and his own integrity has been called to order. Whatever may be the motivations, he must act as a citizen and issue a statement forthwith to say that he will not be party to the violation of the Constitution. Now, what argument are they putting up? It has been said that, oh, Obasanjo did this when he was president. After all, he removed Dari in Plateau, he removed Fayose in the Ekiti. Look, at that time, Akinolu Jimi, SAN, who was Attorney General, was relying, I think, on the 1960 Constitution. The explanation that he offered that the 1960 Constitution and the emergency, the Declaration of State Emergency Act of 1961 allowed the federal government to remove a governor or remove a legislature. Now, it was wrong. Because at the time he was making that statement, with due respect,